What's going on, everybody? This is your first tweet cap of 2026. It's so good to be here. Let's have an amazing year and start it off right. Here is the tweet cap on the Productive Conversations podcast. My name is Brown. My name is Matt Brown, and I am the host of the Productive Conversations podcast on our podcast platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to check out exclusive content regarding the show across all social media platforms or on Instagram at Productive Conversations Podcast, X at Procavo Pod, TikTok at Procavo Pod, and we're on Facebook at Productive Conversations. And as mentioned, check us out on all podcasts and platforms from Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, iHeartRadio, all of the above. And check out our YouTube page as well at Productive Conversations. So we're here. Like I said, first tweet cap of 2025. Sorry, 2026.
Yeah.
This is like when you were in school and you wrote the
And you just wrote over it. I always loved when
really,
it was like when it was easy enough to cover by changing it. So
yeah.
it's like, it was like hard when it went like 2011 to 2012 because you can't just cover that one, but you could cover like, whatever.
I know
Cover a
exactly what you
six,
mean. But we're in
eight.
2026, the 250th year of the United States of America, the heading into our 6th year of productive conversations, and let's make it a special one and keep on leveling up. So let's talk about what is trending across sports, news, entertainment, and culture. And it was quite an interesting first weekend of 2026. And just on other programming notes, we have a Week 18 reaction to the NFL season, where we go through every single game of the NFL season for Week 18. We have a reaction to the college football quarterfinals that is available, and we have our Final Four schools who are ready to take on each other later this week. And then next week, we will do our preview we will react to the semifinals of the college football season. That will be available to you on Sunday. And also on the way for the wild card week it works, we'll react to the first 5 games and then the Monday night game, quick reaction to that one as well. And then we have another tweet cap on Friday as well to talk about what's trending in the week ahead. So lots to do, lots to be excited for. And I have Ryan and Jose to start 2026 with. What's up, gentlemen?
Not much. How's it going? Happy New Year, everybody. I know we said that on the college football show, but first Happy New Year for the tweet cap.
Yes, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year indeed. All right, so as mentioned, lots to get into across sports, news, entertainment, and culture. So let's do it. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Excellent stuff. All right, I am excited. Our first story is going to be a major historic event for 2026, starting off on a high note. We already know what we're going to start with for 2026 timeline 12 months from now. But I would be absolutely surprised if nobody knows what's going on regarding the United States and their foreign relations. But let's do it. Let's get into it. One of the wildest international stories we've seen in a long time took place over the weekend. The United States of America has captured Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. According to U.S. officials, this was a covert operation inside Venezuela that resulted in Maduro being taken into custody and flown to the United States, where he now faces long-standing charges tied to drug trafficking, corruption, and narco-terrorism. Supporters of the move say this is justice, that Maduro ran Venezuela like a criminal enterprise, oversaw human rights abuses, and drove the country into economic collapse and mass migration. However, those who oppose it and the critics to this are sounding alarms. They're questioning the legality of the operation, arguing the United States violated international law and Venezuelan sovereignty. At the United Nations, several countries have condemned the move, including China and Russia, calling it a dangerous precedent. Inside Venezuela, there's now real uncertainty about who's in charge and what comes next. However, some Venezuelans, both in the country and abroad, are celebrating, and others worry about the instability. So, heavy stuff there. But the big question, when you guys woke up on Saturday morning, what did you think about this? And I feel like for the past few years, we've been aware of the corruption in Venezuela, and we have heard about the threats, especially this fall, where Trump even said, "Don't fuck with the United States." That's a direct quote from the president. And well, that is some way to start a year by attacking that nation, and there have been reported deaths to civilians, unfortunately. But with that, the United States, no Americans have been killed, but some Venezuelans have been killed. So we do send our
Collateral
condolences.
damage. It's just collateral damage. It's all right.
Oh, Jose. But yeah, the dictator is in custody in New York City, and things are absolutely crazy. So a lot of it to unpack, but let me just start with, before anything, just tell me your initial reactions to this.
And wait for negative Ryan, Steve. Go ahead, Ryan.
Well,
All ears.
I don't think it's negative. I mean, you said you kind of put like both sides out there, which was good. But I think, and I said this to you privately too, I think both sides are right. I mean, the
Yeah.
people who are applauding this are correct. Maduro stole the last election. He lost and then just said, no, I didn't, and used the military to stay in power. He has been credibly tied to human rights abuses. He has not been a particularly fair or even, attempted to be a fair leader for Venezuela. I don't know what his connections to drugs are. I think that's honestly the weakest point we have against him, is because we don't know if he's running the drugs or not. We know they're coming from Venezuela, but that doesn't mean the president of Venezuela is responsible. But he might be, because he's a bad dude. So I think the people who are like applauding this are correct. He's been hurting Venezuela for a decade plus now. But the people who are opposed to it are also correct. We didn't follow the rules. We very much did. Like, it wasn't that covert. We sent drone strikes into the capital city of Venezuela. As Matt pointed out, unfortunately, there have been some fatalities on the Venezuelan side, luckily not on the American side. But you don't covertly blow up a city, right? Like, there's no way to do that quietly. So, yeah, I think both sides are right. When I heard the news, I was a little bit kind of shocked that we did it. I don't know why we're spending time trying to arrest this guy. This doesn't seem like our problem. But I'm not going to be upset if Maduro goes to prison. I think that's probably ultimately where he belongs.
Is that it, Ryan?
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
What do you mean? He was bringing drugs for our country, kid.
Yeah, a lot of cocaine trafficking.
No one has ever proven that. I mean, obviously, there's a whole court case where they're going to attempt to prove that.
I got a guy that lost fucking election, used fucking military to keep his ass in power. Yeah. You think he's just fucking planting flowers and just bullshitting? He's obviously doing something.
We had a guy who lost an election who used his followers to try and stay in power, and I don't think he's running drugs. So I don't. I mean, no, I don't believe.
What the fuck is that?
We all know who that was. But
he's talking about Trump at January 6th, which is the anniversary today.
Trump
yeah, I know. Oh yeah, happy anniversary, by the way, Jose.
Well, by the way,
but hold on. So hold on.
I thought you were just done. Go ahead.
I was, but then you brought it up again. I'm just saying, you could be a bad dude and not running drugs. Like, those are not. You're not. It's not like, oh, you're a bad guy and you're a drug dealer. You could just be a bad guy.
Okay, cool.
So, I mean, he's going to court, and if they prove he's guilty, they prove he's guilty. And then, okay, well, no, he did drugs. That's the one thing they don't have him on, is the drugs, frankly. I mean, maybe they do. I don't know what their intelligence is, but, like, that's the only thing I've not seen any evidence of, is that he knew the drugs were coming to America and, like, told them to go.
January 6th, Trump did not plant that or ask civilians to do that. They did it on their own. That's one. Two, see, you're spreading bullcrap. Homeboy actually got the military to stop and say
very different. I'm not comparing those two at all.
Okay. So there's a difference where homeboy looks a little suspect, where money and power comes in and he doesn't want to give it up. And he's probably paying all these motherfuckers off and they're all fucking doing it. Thank you, Mr. Donald Trump. I like to he's not just making America great, he's making the world great again. And
yeah, he promised to make America great again and no new wars, though.
Listen, we got to do what we got to do.
Man, I think he's doing it for oil.
For the kids out there, for the
gas
future.
prices have gone Really?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
gone.
Go
Look,
unrelated to this.
True, but
Obviously, this just
they're
happened.
gonna go even
now,
more.
our
They are
kids are going to
low.
be safer. They're not going to be addicted to drugs like fucking half the world is now. Fuck, economy's
Reporter,
looking good.
reporter on Air Force One, are you going to demand the current vice president of Venezuela allow opposition figures to return or free any political prisoners? Trump, we haven't gotten to that. Right now, we want to do is fix up the oil. Did you
Yeah,
speak with the oil companies before the operation? Did you tip them off? Trump, yes, before and after. They want to go in and they're going to do a great job. I
yeah,
mean, this is about oil. Like he said it twice in the same press conference. He invaded the country for oil. Yes, Maduro's a bad dude. Yes, he needs to go to jail. Yes, I'm glad that's happening. But I just want you all, meaning the MAGA folks who like this, to just admit it. Yes, it was not allowed. But you don't give a shit because you don't like Maduro and you do like Donald Trump. Everyone's saying this, oh, well, if it was another president. No, it's illegal no matter which president does it. So just admit you don't care if it's legal. You just like that the president that you like did it.
we
And then
grow
I'm good.
balls,
I'm good.
Ryan.
I'm
Balls.
100% with you if you say, I don't care if it was legal. I don't care if it's for oil. Maduro is a bad guy and I'm glad he's gone and I'm glad we took care of him. I'm with you. I don't know that I agree that taking out a singular idiot is worth destroying the world order, but I can believe that. But don't lie. Don't try and sell me some shit sandwich. Just tell the truth. That's all.
Starting
Listen,
off strong.
I don't know why you think he's lying. He didn't lie. He said it. He said it was for oil. I don't.
No, not him.
confused.
He's telling the truth.
Yeah,
All of you
thank you.
listening.
Well,
As in
let's.
the MAGA
Well,
people.
Yes, the MAGA voter, not Trump. He's been very clear what this is about.
yeah. So I
He's so
mean,
funny.
I don't mind it. A couple of us one got to go so I can get fucking $2
Well, it'll
and
just
50
be
cent gas.
Venezuela either, though, will it?
Well, of course not. We gotta get rid of everybody. Colombia's next, and I'm Colombian.
Correct.
Yo.
He said that.
Give a fuck.
He said,
Yeah.
he said that. Colombia is
Yeah.
Trump. Colombia is
Iran
very
is-
sick, run by a
Iran
sick
is
man.
one.
Listen.
So there's an operation by the U.S. in Colombia, was the question by reporters. Trump said, sounds good to me. Lindsey Graham on Air Force One with Donald Trump said to reporters, and I quote, you just wait for Cuba. Their day is numbered.
There we go. All the
No,
dictator
and
countries.
I say this
At this
because
point.
I had people, real life people, who were like, we're not going to attack other countries. Yes, we are. So there you go. If it can
Listen,
happen to Cuba,
can
if
I
it can
say
happen
one
to
thing?
Colombia, then who's to say it can't happen to Mexico?
I'm not supporting or denying this, but if it's for countries run by dictators, bad people, is that okay? Like
Yes.
like
To me?
Dexter, how he gets the bad killers, even though he's still a killer, he gets the bad killer, so it's
Right.
okay. So is
Yeah.
it
So
what
to
if
me,
what if the United States gets the bad dictators?
so to me, if the
Go ahead,
president,
man.
our current president, had gone to Congress and said, we're doing regime change in Venezuela. You can't stop me. I'm doing it. Just
Straight up
letting you know.
imperialism.
Right, because that's what this is. Let's not pretend it's not. Then I would say, while I disagree with that as a foreign policy, that is well within what that if America wants to be an imperialist nation, there is a way for us to do that, and we should be open about it. We should not be pretending we're doing this great police action with drone strikes in a foreign country. Let's just call it what it is. We went into Venezuela and we stole their fucking president. He's a bad dude. He deserves it, if
Correction,
we're being
Ryan.
honest.
He's not the president. He lost.
He was
So
their acting president at the moment when we took
he
him.
lost.
I know he lost. No, I know he lost, but he was acting as president when we took him.
Well,
So
I can act like a president too and be like I'm a president just because they arrest me.
But you
doesn't
know what
mean
I'm
they
saying.
arrested the
Okay.
president.
Yes. Yes, everyone, he is correct. He lost last election. That's undeniable. That is a true statement. But he
Thank
was functioning as the president of the country when we took him.
You function as a
Functioning.
dictator.
Correct.
Function as a
Well,
dictator,
as the
yes.
leader of the country.
Well, dictator.
Fair.
He's
Well,
a dick.
A dictator would be no, he is a dick. I don't disagree with that. I would say you can be an imperialist nation, but don't lie about it. I don't want to be an imperialist nation. But also another one, are you going to demand free and fair elections in the short term in Venezuela? Again, that's something an imperialist nation would do, right? They would want freedom. Trump said, well, it depends. We're going to have a big investment by oil companies, and the oil companies are ready to go. That was his response to asking if they want free and fair elections in Venezuela. So this wasn't about the stolen election either. And that's why this is not imperialism. And that's why I have a problem with it. This is literally, I mean, we raided them. We're going to take their oil. That's why we did.
Yeah, and guess
Have
what?
you seen
Ryan's
A Bug's Life?
Yeah.
Is the United States the grasshoppers?
I mean, we're trending that way, aren't we? We wanted oil. We were going to take Greenland too. Stephen Miller said that on Fox News today. That Greenland, they're on the list, and that's, by the way, that's a NATO ally.
Yeah,
Same with
can't
Mexico.
do that.
Oh, wait, who says we can't? We can't. We couldn't technically do what we did.
Right.
We did it.
I don't want to. Like I said, if it's you gotta get
No,
the
I
bad
get what you're
country.
saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but the reality is we weren't allowed to do what we did, and we did it. So we can technically do whatever we want. Because basically, we can do anything we want until someone stops us. And as Stephen Miller pointed out, I think correctly, unfortunately, who's going to stop us? No one's going to go die over Greenland, right? Let's be honest.
Right.
The Dutch are not going to send soldiers to Greenland to get murdered by Americans. They're just going to give up the country if we attack.
Here we go.
And so
Can
that's law of the jungle. Might makes right, and that's not how civilization's supposed to work.
just to have one more thought from this segment. The big thing here people have talked about are how some people, to be fair, people who are left leaning are condemning this action, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen the divide that's caused on social media and people protesting in the streets. Any thoughts on that?
But who's protesting in the streets? They got Venezuelans over here happy fucking. It's like fucking Cinco
I'll tell
de
you
Mayo
what.
right now.
I'll send you the 14 things I have saved that because I can't go through them all. Where almost every one of those videos is from not Venezuela and from not this year. But most people in Venezuela are confused. They're not mad. They're not they're not angry. They're not sad. They're not happy. They're like, all right, who the hell's in charge? Because of course they went to bed and they woke up and the guy who was in charge is gone. Like they're like,
can I
what's
say
going on?
what about the guy who this one made me laugh? I have to share this really quick. I will take the blame if this was wrong or an old video, but the guy who was talking about this, as I'm trying to get my share button going, so excuse me. When asked, I believe this is in
great
Spanish.
One. I love this one, and this is real.
Okay, so to
real.
those let me play the clip first in the native language.
Y le pido a todos que tengan fe, no sé dónde ir a salir, pero le pido a todos que tengan fe, que no se dejen llenar la cabeza de que los gringos solo quieren el petróleo, y los gringos solo quieren sus riquezas. O sea, y a esas personas les pregunto, ¿qué creen ellos que querían los rusos y los chinos durante tanto tiempo? ¿La receta de la arepa?
Basically, he said, to those who say that the United States is only interested in our oil, I asked those people, what do you think the Russians and Chinese wanted? The recipe for arepas?
He's right. No, he's 100% right. He's 1,000% right.
At least he's
which is why if MAGA folks just admitted that that's what this was about, I'd have no issue. I don't believe America should kill people over oil ever. I don't believe that. But if you do,
literally,
that's
there
fine.
will be blood.
Right. But if you do, that's fine. But don't sit here and pretend that, oh, we're doing this great. No, we took out a dude who didn't like us and he wouldn't give us the oil. We've asked him for decades. Trump in 2017 asked this man for oil. We've always tried to do it. He's always said no because he hates us. So Trump finally said, I can do what I want. No one in America is ever going to tell me no because I've brainwashed 40% of the population. I'm just going to move that guy out and then I'm going to take the oil. And that's what he did.
Yep, and now oil prices at all-time low. Thank you.
Well, they were already at an all-time low. So I don't, not all-time low, but they were already.
I am due for an oil change. It would be nice if it was cheaper.
Yeah, damn right.
No, I don't disagree. I just don't think we got to kill, people in Venezuela.
Yeah. We got listen. It puts everybody on notice.
I agree with you on that, Ryan.
It puts everybody on notice, Ryan.
Who?
And the world, Ryan. The world, everybody's on notice. Like
no,
you don't.
You know who said it? Actually, you know who said it best? Zelensky was asked about this, and he said, and I quote: "If the United States can go into a country and remove a violent dictator just like that, then they know where they should go next."
Who was it?
And we know everyone on this. No one on there is dumb enough to tell me outright they're going to attack Russia. They're not. So we're fine with that violent dictator. He could do whatever the hell he wants in Europe. It's only the violent dictators with oil fields that we have a problem with. But not all of them, because the guy that
said
we
that?
arrested from, hold on, the guy we arrested from Honduras, he got a pardon at the end of last year. Want to know what he got a pardon for? Narco terrorism and drug trafficking. When asked about that, Trump had a perfect response. He said he had endorsed that guy in the election.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. When his guy got arrested for drug trafficking, Trump pardoned him. When someone who didn't like Trump is accused of drug trafficking, he takes his wife and him out of the country. I mean,
It's
come
all
on.
about picking and choosing your
right,
battles, huh?
Just admit it. Admit that it's obviously personal. It's obviously not real doctrine, and he's obviously doing this for petty revenge. And then I'm fine. I want honesty in 2026. You can
Listen,
be an asshole, but be honest about being.
I'm
Just
gonna-
like what's his name from the Riyadh Comedy Festival?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, right? If I was president and you weren't, like, if you didn't like my policy, Ryan, I would arrest you and throw away the key too. It would not be pardoning you unless you start seeing my political
Yeah.
views. So I'm like
we
with Trump
had
on
that actually one time. We actually fought a war really at the beginning of the country because there was a guy who could do that, and we decided we didn't like being governed by a guy who could just do that. Now, the fact that 250 years have gone by, I actually just saw the very touching tribute in DC that they've been doing all weekend for the 250th. The fact that so many Americans, of my fellow Americans, for whatever reason, be it the way people pray, the way people live, the way people love, have decided that those rules don't fucking apply anymore, is an embarrassment to our forefathers. Every single one of our ancestors would be disappointed in this country. Mine, yours, all of them. And if you're gonna say, well, no, mine wouldn't, or mine weren't here, there you go.
my forefathers are in fucking weight, so I ain't embarrassed for shit. So
Well, then
I'm all
it's,
right.
you know what? If you want to, I think if once you're here, you're an American. That's the whole point. That America, we're the only country where you show up and you can become an American. And our founders become your founders. Our forefathers become your forefathers. I am also from a family that immigrated here much, much later. I had nothing to do with the Revolutionary War. White as a fucking daisy, but we had absolutely nothing to do with that time period. But we're Americans, and this is our country. So if you don't care about what our ancestors would think about us today, then you're not a patriot. You're being un-American. And you're allowed to do that in this country, but don't sit here and tell me, the liberal who stood in the cold to watch the tribute, that I'm not patriotic. Because the only person who's not patriotic is the person who doesn't care how we're desecrating our national founding values.
Starting off hot in 2026. I like it. So we're going to a completely other direction and talk about this trend on Twitter/X. Hey, Grok, can you put said person in a bikini? It's really weird. It's cringe. I don't know why. It's a thing. It's still a thing. I want to be fair for those people, no unsolicited or making people go through having people get bikiniized by Grok or their pictures. I won't do that. I did for a second think about the porn stars who did want that to happen, but I don't want a copyright strike. I don't want to strike. I don't want to strike on. But yeah, that's literally it. We've seen recently on X that people, mostly women, are asked to be put into bikinis, and Grok just does it. And there's no regulation to it. No one's stopping it. I don't know if Elon even addressed it, but that's pretty crazy, huh? And one of the dangers of AI is invasion of privacy right there.
Why are they able to do that? That is weird that it can do that, right? Like,
just because AI could do what it wants. That's all I can. Like, why or who thought of it?
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm like,
started the trend.
Yeah, two things. One, which one of you weirdos was like, I wonder if I can make this person in a bikini? And then ask Grok to do it. And two, why would the people who program Grok not be like, also, if somebody says, can you put this random person, potentially a child, in a bikini, you say no. Like, I don't understand how both groups of people fucked up.
Yeah, it's crazy, and you've seen people do. I guess for the ones who want that to happen, power to them.
Well, you could do it yourself, right?
Yeah,
if you are an adult content creator and you want to jump on this trend, you could get on Grok, put a picture up there and say, take this picture of me and put me in a bikini, and then Grok can do that. I think that's still weird, by the way, but your picture, do what you want, right?
Maybe they
It's
want.
the
Maybe they want to see what they look in the bikini.
right, but that's when they do it. When someone who doesn't know that person takes the photo and does it, that's not because the person wanted to know how they look in a bikini. That's because the dude who did I'm assuming a dude is a freak.
I
Right?
guess. I mean, why would a bikini though?
It's freaky.
They can't
Well,
get anything better.
I mean,
I don't know.
OnlyFans
Yeah.
models, maybe this is going to interrupt the industry of OnlyFans, right?
I mean, you would think
Maybe. I
so.
don't think so, but maybe. I feel like people being naked and doing illicit acts is always going to be a strong industry. Humans have always liked watching that. So
Not really. I
Naked,
mean,
man. Naked, naked,
If you
naked.
got Sora, if you use Sora to make your own porno videos, why are you gonna need fucking OnlyFans?
I didn't know they could do that.
I mean,
Really?
I don't
I
know.
mean, they
I feel
can.
like
Eventually,
people are
they
gonna
can.
want. I know. I think
Make your
people are
own
gonna.
pornography
In
film.
2026, people are gonna crave authenticity. I really do believe that, and I don't mean just in this particular realm. I mean all over.
So there was an ad for Coca. Well, it was, I forgot. I think it was a Porsche commercial, completely animated by humans, and people demanded it, and it's a big hit.
Yeah, I
Which is
think
kinda
people are
cool,
getting
actually.
tired of everything being AI. It won't go back in the. It won't go away like the idiots online want. But I think there is going to be a little backlash to everything being AI.
Mhm.
And good thing they caught it early, don't you think?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just wanted to bring that up, and don't do it
Yeah.
unless you go to the people who want to do.
Do it
Mhm.
Especially
yourself.
ads.
If it's your picture, do it yourself.
Oh man. Anyways, so let's now switch it up again. The NFL season I did mention regular season came to an end. We're heading into the wild card round this weekend, and we'll have complete coverage of the wild card round throughout the weekend as well. Just a reminder again, Sunday we will recap the first 5 games of the wild card round, and then we'll do Monday Night Football available for you on Monday night. So quickly though, who saw the Baltimore Ravens take on the Pittsburgh Steelers? The winner wins the AFC North and gets a playoff spot and a home game, by the way. They are playing on Monday night. It went to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They won by a score of 26-24, and they will be hosting the Houston Texans on Monday night for a battle of for a wild card round battle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm talking about if you heard that game. And what, by the way, was one of the best games of the year and one of the best fourth quarters I can remember in a long time. Just back and forth. Rodgers and Lamar. It was crazy. It really was. And so the big thing here, right? After it was just 55 seconds left in the game, Rodgers throws a touchdown to give them the lead. Then Chris Boswell misses the extra point, and it looks like Chris Boswell, there's a good chance that he might be the scapegoat here if they lose. And they have the kick return. Guy gets solid yardage, gets stopped at like the 40-yard line, and then on a 4th and 10, Lamar Jackson throws a pass to Isaiah Likely, and they're in field goal range. It's a 44-yard field goal. Tyler Loop is the place kicker. Hasn't missed one field goal or 1 point after kick. Not one extra point or one field goal. And amongst them having Justin Tucker, who was the best kicker in the league, he got caught up in controversy. He got cut from the team. So they put Tyler Loop, who's been looking great playing in Arizona last year, and this is what ultimately happened. This was second as I pull this up.
At the 22-yard line. He's been in the middle of so many big moments, and he comes up with a catch. Tyler Luke
Here it is.
44. Snap good. Hold it. The kick is no good. It is wide right. And the Steelers are the champions of the North.
He missed it, man. Goes wide right. Great call by Mike Tirico. And yeah, that ends the Ravens season. A team that started 1-5, got to this point where they just had to win and they're in, and they literally had it, and it slipped through their fingertips. Season's over.
Heartbreaker.
Tyler Loop, guys. I mean, he's literally crying on the field. He was seen crying in the locker room. Bro was a mess. And then we see how supportive NFL fans and Baltimore Raven fans can be. Even though you win as a team, you lose as a team, but people are going in. Guy just gets engaged and this stuff from comments. Get ready to learn Chinese. I'm sorry, Tucker, ever talking bad about you. The only nice comment. Don't come back to Baltimore. People
not a
making
nice
death
comment.
threats. Oh, I thought maybe I took that too literally, but Tucker, because
Tucker,
I
who,
didn't read that. Sorry.
by the way, the controversy was the sexual harassment.
Yeah,
So.
insane. So I apologize for messing that up. But Tyler Loop, anyways.
Yes,
but yeah,
Tyler Tucker. I get what you're saying.
There's people saying cancel the wedding, people being nasty. There's absolutely nasty to this dude.
One person said, "I hope everyone you love gets picked off one by one."
Yeah, I still to this day can't believe that they care that much, man. The sun comes out tomorrow.
They weren't going to win a
everybody-
freaking. They weren't going to win.
Like in the playoffs, you think?
Yeah.
They would have fell through? Yeah.
They
It's
had
been
no
a weird
shot.
year.
I mean, yeah, but they had no shot. They didn't play well enough to be the national champions or the Super Bowl champions this year. Not one game that I watched where I was like, "Oh yeah, the Ravens could be the champions." I was like, "Yeah, they're fine." But
True, but you guys feel bad for Tyler Loop, or you're like
What?
he
Yeah.
deserves it? You ruined my
God,
hopes
no.
and dreams.
No, I feel very bad for him. I mean, he's a good kicker. I had him on my fantasy team, which won.
Literally perfect.
Yeah, he literally didn't miss. I mean, obviously he missed one very important kick.
And you know what's crazy about that? That's the thing he's going to be remembered for the rest of his life.
I
Literally,
don't know about that,
it's going
though.
to take now. People remember from Cody Parkey to Scott Norwood to from the Vikings kicker. People don't forget when you miss. They don't forget.
Didn't Justin Tucker miss a kick he should have hit? Like a big one, too?
I don't recall. I don't think so, but
I just remember
money.
like in high school watching and I thought it was the Ravens, but I don't know. I don't know. It's to me certainly not worth the comments that you're hearing from the fans. So real good job, guys. Represent
Is it
yourselves
new?
well. Well, fans being assholes? No, that's
No,
pretty
but I mean
common.
Baltimore fans, because they did it to fucking Mark Andrews last season when he dropped the
he
pass.
dropped that once
Well,
again.
they did the same bullshit to him, so it's not.
Well,
nothing
no, it's
new.
not new. But I would say my other thing is he is a good kicker, to be honest with you. So you want to scare away a good kicker, go for it. Like he could go be a good kicker on any team.
I mean, a good kicker is not hard to come by. I need a clutch kicker.
What are you talking about, Jose? There's been plenty of bad kickers this season.
I mean, obviously he's not clutch. He didn't get me into the
he
playoffs.
missed one shot.
Yeah, the most important one.
Before that one, there was a different most important one, and he made that one. And then before that one, there was a different most important one. He made that one. You make all of the most important ones until you miss one.
Listen, Ryan, let's be honest. He's a good kicker, but we're looking for great kickers, all right?
Well, good. I think he should leave.
Yeah, you're looking for the person who makes it. And funny,
sure.
both of them
everybody wants that guy, right? Yeah, everybody wants the kicker to make the kick.
And how about the holy water, though? On the very end zone, the priest in Pittsburgh put that holy water. That ball looked like it was going and just shoop.
I mean, that's why the Jets ain't winning, because Ryan hasn't been down to their stadium.
Can we talk about the Jets?
Water. We could talk
literally
about the Jets.
The very worst December ever. I think they were outscored over 200 points. They lost 5 straight games, 23 points or more. Pete Carroll, who's won a Super Bowl, who's won a national championship, who was given a bad roster that had lots of injuries. Yeah. They fired him after 1 year. But no, Eric Glenn, you stay.
No, he's got to go, and I hope we correct course on that.
That's so crazy. Like, you can't say the thing about the one and done okay, but I mean, they literally did that to a Super Bowl winning coach.
But more importantly, it's one thing to have a bad season your first year. I don't believe we can call this a bad season because that is unfair to bad seasons. There are teams this year who had a bad season. The Bengals kind of had a rough season, right? The Jets were a disaster. This is the worst it's felt to be a Jets fan in my lifetime.
Yeah,
I
there's
genuinely,
nothing.
I
You're
felt
literally hearing
more hope
people who are
with
in their
Zach
80s.
Wilson as our starting quarterback. That team, Zach Wilson's team, was gave me more hope than this team. At this point, I mean, Brees is gone. He's probably the only highlight we have. We have Wilson, who's, I mean, he can't be long after Brees because now he's the only offensive playmaker we have at all. It's an embarrassment. I mean, we should sell the team, but the whole coaching staff should go. No one should have a job. Rebuild the whole thing. Go find a local PAL coach somewhere in Jersey and get him out on the headsets because this is the worst we've looked ever. Ever. In my entire life. And I've been a Jets fan for 30 years. I've never seen the team look this bad.
You know what that means, Ryan? Better go
What?
to next season. Go opening day next season. Bring that holy water out.
Clearly.
I guess.
And just
we should
the
try anything
last
at this
thing
point.
with this, I just want to say, people who think Lamar can't show up in a big games, that's bullshit. Bro was just unlucky as hell. And
No, Lamar's good. The discourse around him has been insane this season, actually.
it just shows people don't watch these games. But this is 3 instances the last 3 years of just bad divine intervention, not helping my boy out for the 2-time MVP.
From the 9.
From this to 2023, Zay Flowers just falls, drops the ball, jumping
before
into
he
the end
broke
zone.
the plane. I think you're right. They're calling it. This is a call that could determine the whole game right here. Snead is out. Who has played us at the highest level this entire season, Jim? Snead is the.
Mark Andrews, as Jose mentioned, in the Storm of Buffalo last year.
He had the 2-point conversion in his hands. Andrews did not hold on. By Henry earlier. Andrews had a drop as well earlier. And for the game to go possibly to overtime. And the conditions, the ball just. Sure, you gotta catch that all day. But the foot slips, and Milano wasn't kind of good actually. And guess what? He out-leveraged him. Buffalo wasn't prepared for that. What a. Not good. Hold it. The kick is
And
no
it's
good.
out.
It is wide right. And the Steelers are the champions of the North.
What I like about that is all the announcers give a little extra emotion on those plays. They're literally
Because they were
shocked.
that close to winning and then they lost.
Poor Lamar, man. I mean, I don't know if the solution
gone,
is
too.
leave Baltimore. I mean, that'd be stupid, honestly. If Baltimore does that. Why would you give up a quarterback when healthy is as good as it gets?
Well,
Maybe
mean,
with a new coach.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to completely start from scratch there, but I don't think Lamar's worth giving up. That
Well,
might
I mean,
come back to haunt them.
if they don't give him up, then he's probably going to leave when he can anyway, right?
Well, true. Let him do that then.
Yeah.
At least, you take the team, you leave the team less responsible when you do that.
True, but I don't know. There's some landing spots for Lamar that could be interesting, but we'll have to see what happens.
We'll definitely get into that when the time comes. And quickly, just another football-related story. Tom Brady has another thing in common with his coach in Bill Belichick. So there's reports here from New Year's Eve, right?
Mm-hmm.
That at some party in the Caribbean, Alix Earle, the influencer who's 25 years old, she just broke up with, I forgot the football player's name, who's her age on the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah.
Braxton
Berrios, yeah.
Who we'll not hear from anymore. But we have Tom Brady, who's, by the way, was his teammate at one point.
Yeah.
Canoodling with this lady, as you can see here. Oh, the hand on the back. Looking at this, to be honest, Brady kind of looks uncomfortable. I think he's aware that this wouldn't be a good look.
25 years old, yeah.
Yeah, and he's 48.
Which, by the way,
and the media's, disgusting pigs trying to spin it that way. But Yeah, everybody was saying that's the thing. I commend Mr. Brady on what seems to be doing the mature thing and just say thanks
I
but
mean,
no thanks.
it's all amongst consenting adults. But yeah, he's the father, right? And she's young enough to be a child, and so not a child, but she is someone's
His kid,
child.
yeah, they're
Yeah, she's young enough to be his
23
child. So
years
it's
apart.
like, yeah, so it's like I get why he might be a little bit hesitant. Um, it's not the craziest one that we've seen because he's not like 80, like Belichick or Pacino or whoever. But and he's obviously still a younger guy in that comparatively to like De Niro. But yeah, I think that ultimately not worth the headache. And then the whole Braxton Berrios part, you don't want to be, you know what I mean?
Your old
Like,
teammate.
can
Even
you?
even if your teammate is 20 years younger than you
Well, but
anyways, but
also it's like,
still.
and he's a part owner of a team, so like, I know it's not gonna happen. But like,
Right.
God forbid,
They're saying he's gonna be the one to pick the #1 overall pick for him. For
yeah. So
Vegas.
it's like, God forbid, right? They end up trying to pick up Braxton Berrios at some point, and it becomes a whole contentious thing because Brady smashed his girlfriend on New Year's Eve.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like, it's just he's got plenty of other things he could be doing with his time. I think that smart call by Mr. Tom Brady.
good job,
Smart.
Tom.
You mean smart call by just smashing and let it go? And yeah, smart move.
Well, I don't think he did. He looked like he wanted to get
Oh,
out of there.
he definitely smashed
He
that.
may have. In fairness, he may have. But
Come on, he didn't want to be there. He wanted to be in the bedroom. There's a like.
well, I think
You
he
have
didn't
to
want
make
to
a,
be there because he's 48 and there was like electro music playing and he probably didn't like it that
listen,
much.
probably not, but that's why he was like, you know what, homie, let's just get a couple of drinks and at the room and let's just smash. That's what he was.
I
That's
mean,
it.
Maybe.
yeah, right.
He
And
probably
then just
you know what he probably said? He probably told her, hey, let me show you my fucking 10 rings or whatever the fucking number it is, and just fucking try that on for the size.
Yeah, maybe.
mhm.
Something like you do, Ryan. You probably tell the girls, hey, come check out my new Bible. It's a new James
Mm,
King or King James version
right.
2.0 or some shit.
With the what's it called? With the handcrafted leather
There you
and
go.
the burnt title in it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What if God
Gold
was
leaf.
one of us?
Gold leaf pages.
No.
All right. So another New Year's Eve related clip, right?
Hmm.
I remember. So you traditionally watch the ball drop, right? I was at a pub at this time. It's quiet area, right?
Hmm.
Some friends celebrating my birthday, and I was watching the coverage. I was watching ESPN, right? I haven't watched the end of the um. Shoot, wow. Why am I blanking? There's so many games when we had Ohio State and Miami play, right? And they put SVP on. I'm watching this live in real time. I'm like, oh my god, this dude, this dude. I thought I couldn't believe what I was watching, and I'll show you. So Scott Van Pelt, who I love, literally the only ESPN personality I like.
Yeah.
Um,
That was yeah.
so this was crazy when he was anchoring Sports Center after that game. So they're showing people kissing on New Year's, like tradition.
Live makeouts on Sports Center. Get into it. Oh, what do we got? We got love in the air.
He was reacted to two guys kissing.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that's a professional right there. He saw his
I
whole career
mean,
flash before his eyes. And there has been
yeah.
backlash from that. People are laughing, but
Yeah, I mean,
that one got really bad, man.
yeah, everybody knows what he was trying to say. So I mean,
Which I was surprised on SVP. I was like, okay, well, I
I
guess
mean,
caught off guard, right?
I guess, but wow, that's a tough one to come back from in general. I mean, he did a decent enough job, right? But yeah, I was also surprised. I figured 2025, anybody who's on television can has seen that before. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like the idea that he's never seen two dudes kiss is kind of crazy to me.
Unbelievable, guys. Well, has anybody? Well, we'll move on. Has anybody heard of Tracks NYC?
I've not.
So he's a famous New York City jeweler, right?
Okay.
I actually have heard him because he was in the movie Uncut Gems. Who he was one of the associates with Adam Sandler, right? But
Okay,
literally,
yeah.
he has this big jewelry spot in the jewelry district of Manhattan, 6th Ave, right? And then he has a rival, right? A legit rival. AKA Diamonds, right?
Okay.
So Trax NYC also around New Year's. Trax NYC has exposed an NYC jewelry company for using his name and scamming customers out of thousands by selling lower grade jewelry. Trax took to Instagram to share that AKA Diamonds has been ripping off customers while operating under his name. Trax showed up at K Diamonds to address the issue and recover the $22,000 they allegedly owe him. Things escalated and it led to what I'm about to show you guys. It gets nasty. The jewelry industry, guys, look at this.
It's a lot of money in the jewelry industry.
Right. He's mad.
Money!
All right, watch out. Bad language.
Motherfucker! Where's my fucking money? Bitch! Where's my money? I got this fucking bracelet. Where's my fucking money? What are you gonna do, bitch? What are you gonna fucking do? Doc, motherfucker, you saying VVS, I3, 14 karat, and you're using my name, you bitch! Yeah, 6447. Thief! You fucking thief! Bitch! Stop. Take it. No! Get the fuck your hands off of me, bro! Get your fucking hands off of me, bro!
Calm down.
Yeah, bro.
Calm down.
You give me my money!
Wait, there's actually...
So this is the receipt from this disgusting company that pretends to be me, says they're Trax MIC, sells my customer a bracelet, rips them off, and rips them off on the gold. Shit, they're saying it's 14 karat gold? Well, we're gonna test this bracelet right now. Start the test. 10 karat gold. So did they say they were Trax NYC?
Yeah, he tried to portray.
So you guys get the gist. And by the way, that guy spit in his face and he got arrested for it.
Who
The
spit in whose
guy
face?
he confronted.
Spit in Trax's face.
Yes.
Well,
So-
good. You can't spit on people. That's not allowed.
Do you guys support Trax? Is that a valid, justified crash out?
I mean, it was a very public crash out, wasn't it?
Yeah. Where's my fucking money?
I mean, if they took $20,000 from him, I could see why he probably went over there. I don't know that I would have made a scene quite to that extent, but I think it's human, and I would be lying if I said I wouldn't have gone over there for $20,000 if that's what was owed to me. And then obviously, you know, ruining my business by portraying my work as lower quality than what it actually is. So I could see why somebody would go over there. I don't know if I would have gone complete psycho like that, but that's just a personal preference, I suppose.
Right.
Okay.
You definitely would not be going fucking over the ham like that, dude. You probably
No, not like
saying
that.
please and thank you.
Jose,
I mean,
you
can
like
tell
jewelry,
him-
Jose.
Yeah.
You like jewelry.
Yeah.
Is that fair? So you've heard of this guy or what's going on?
Yeah, I know about him. I heard
It's
about
nuts,
this
man.
story. I'll tell you this right now. I ain't Ryan. I'll fucking take my gun and just would have shot that motherfucker if he took $20,000.
Well, yeah, I
of
wouldn't
my
see. I
money.
wouldn't have done that.
That's the difference between
That's the primary difference. But I know you gotta go
Yeah.
over there and be like, where the hell's my money? I think that's the bare minimum. You need to tell them that they stole from you, and that you're taking your money back, whether they like it or not. Again, what you do after that is apparently the difference, right?
Right.
Well, stay safe. Go to Trax and he will definitely make sure that doesn't happen again. I would
Yeah.
think.
He'll
Make
give you-
sure.
he'll
Yeah,
he'll
go to
match
real
that
tracks
energy.
though.
Yeah, he'll match that energy and making sure it's real.
Yeah. If your man's not screaming his head off, it might not be the real deal. So double check before you buy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now sticking to this, right? I saw my first 2026 movie / documentary. And you know what it was? Chevy Chase's, the doc about Chevy Chase. I'm Chevy Chase, and you're not available on CNN right now. So there's this clip from the doc, right? Got 17 million views. And this is straight from the documentary when the quote tweet is, "I'm sorry, what an insufferable old goat." And this is the director of the doc, asking about him. And this is his response that's gone really viral. I set that up.
I'm just trying to figure you out.
No. It's not going to be easy for you.
Why is it not going to be easy?
You're not bright enough. How's that?
Whoa.
Well, you asked. I know you're not going to put that on the air, and I hope not. But my answer is, I'm complex, and I'm deep, and I can be hurt easily, and I react spontaneously to people who want to figure me out, as it were, as somebody who will hold up my guard. I'm not going to let anybody figure me out, per se.
Crazy, huh?
I mean,
so do you guys like Chevy Chase first and foremost, or what we've seen from this doc? Not a lot of people do.
I mean, all right, go ahead. Say you first, actually.
I mean, is it like, are you surprised realistically? I mean, you heard the stories about this motherfucker for years now. Not new.
Exactly. Watching this doc, there's a clip they show of the 80s, a similar vibe. Him yelling at somebody doing press when he was doing Caddyshack. Movie I love, by the way. But yeah, he's this dude. And, this doc really is the character development on, well, why he is this way. I mean, the man is in his early 80s. With beyond everything, he is a legend. He is a comedy legend. I think that's fair to say.
Oh, yeah.
He's won Emmys, iconic characters. He's Clark Griswold. And he's a big deal. And it's fair for some people to put him on like the Mount Rushmore of comedy actors. But yeah, this doc definitely was honest about his portrayal of people, of how he treated people.
That was an unhinged comment. Like, let's just be honest. That comment to the director was kind of unhinged. Like, my God.
It's really a great doc, and there is insight and you learn. And there's lots of clips of that. That's the way they edit it, which I've never seen.
Well, they probably he probably pissed her off, so she edited it to make sure all the horrible shit he said was in. I
give us a little spoiler, but basically they said that he was just, again, this isn't an excuse for the behavior, but he had a tough childhood that had abuse with it and being put down and using comedy to cope. I mean, it kind of is like how we learn about most comedians, how they're often people who are in pain and use comedy to cope with that. But but it is interesting. And then there's just some things that he was questioned and just doesn't remember. Like there's this segment about that, and he actually had during the pandemic had a bad health issue that caused cognitive memory damage. But yeah, he's still funny, and he's very funny in the doc, even as an old man. But I do think it's fair, if he didn't have this reputation, I mean, he'd be looked at as a god comedy.
Yeah, I mean, so one thing I was going to say, I actually really liked him in Community. I know everybody goes to his much older stuff in his
I just say like the last 45 minutes is dedicated to that time.
Yeah, and honestly, like that I love that show. I thought he was really funny in that show. Again, the horror stories about him on the set of that show are
they get into that in the doc.
Yeah.
Only one person who actually every single person on that cast declined to be part of it, and the creator, Dan Harmon. They just had one of the directors of the show.
Well, it's because, you don't have anything nice to say, right? But I have obviously you watched it and I didn't, so you have a better insight than I do. But I feel like just from that one clip that we just watched, it made me think of his SNL persona, like the way he performed on SNL.
Yeah.
And I almost wonder, and again, he's a complex man, and I'm probably not bright enough to figure him out, but I almost wonder if he's never stopped playing that guy. Like he found success, it sounds like he came up, in a hard upbringing. He found success as a comedic actor. He was the king shit in SNL, frankly, and he played a
And left
very
left right away as soon as he hit his peak.
yeah,
He left the
but he
second
became
season. That's
right,
crazy.
and he played though like on SNL, and then beyond that, he played a sort of no nonsense average man, right? He was a masculine paragon for the times with which he was in. And I feel like it might just be because he's an old dude, by the way. He might
Yeah,
really
that
be this way.
definitely was
Or he could
acknowledged
be
in the doc.
stuck. He could just be stuck in the thing that made him famous. And I feel
Right.
like that might be what it is. He's
That's
stuck
what
as
was
that guy.
That was acknowledged that, people always spoke like this until, well, like whether it's woke culture or times of changing or PC culture, and he just continues with that type of comedy.
I think though, I would push that he was a dick even not in woke terms. I don't think we
Oh
could
yeah,
sit there and say,
that's
he
where the
was
big thing with SNL, early mid '80s, the first ever openly gay cast member, Terry Sweeney,
Mhm.
and basically when he was hosting in that infamous terrible '85 season,
Yep.
and he's found out, he learned, he's gay, and the first thing he said, well, if you're gay, why don't you just lick my balls? And
Right.
he was
Like
very offended by that, declined to do the interview,
yeah.
be interviewed
But
for it.
he's an asshole. Like I do think it's important. It's not, people are soft. No, even when people
Oh
weren't
yeah.
soft, he was still an asshole.
And what
People
was
just
crazy
like it
about
less
that,
now.
right? I agree.
We're less forgiving of being an asshole now.
He actually claimed that he didn't remember that,
Which
but
maybe
they
he
read.
doesn't.
No, I do think he didn't remember it, but they read an excerpt from a book where he specifically acknowledged this happening. So
Like his book? They
no,
read
the
his book?
SNL,
Oh,
an SNL book, but
gotcha, yeah.
I would have liked to hear Mr. Sweeney's take on it, but I respect his
Would have been
wishes.
cool to hear anyone from SNL. Who from SNL was on?
Lorne Michaels
Oh,
talked.
what did he say?
He was very complimentary. He said, "Yeah, he's really was my first star to help
Star,
put the show on the map."
100%.
He said, people talk about Eddie Murphy saving SNL. He literally was the one that started it all. He's the very
He's the
first
Hulk
person.
Hogan, if you will, to use Jose's quote.
Real.
He's the Hogan.
He is the very first person to say live from New York is Saturday night.
Mhm.
And he acknowledged himself. Lawrence said, listen, there's a good chance the show doesn't go off the way it did without him.
Without him, yeah.
And he was the very last person hired, which is interesting.
That is interesting.
And but they had like Dan Aykroyd talk. You know who was very complimentary to him was Goldie Hawn. They did a movie. I've never seen the movie. In fact, if you took Goldie Hawn's take, you would think he's a misunderstood person. So there are people who clearly like him.
Like him, yeah.
But I will say one last thing from that doc, right? It was just he said he was extremely upset that he wasn't part of the
Yeah, I
SNL
read this.
field.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, he has a great point. Like I said, he was the very first person to say live from New York is Saturday night. He only needed to say that, and that would have been fine.
Yeah,
but
just
I
once.
guess the vibe, and so they let Sabrina Carpenter say it.
Which,
that 50th anniversary, 50 years, all these careers, comedy defined in America, and nothing against Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, no, right. She's the one fine, but it's definitely it did feel like they were going to have, if not a former cast member, then a much more established host. I mean, Sabrina hosted a few times now, but she's not even at 5 yet, I don't think.
Right, you have to at least like the Tom Hankses of the world.
Right, like somebody who's like, whoever had the most hosting, maybe be like, all right, they'll do it. But yeah, it was an odd pick. Because it just made it another, and maybe that was the goal, was like, we don't want to focus on that. It's just another episode. But it wasn't just another episode, and they all knew that. But, I mean, Jesus, not to be mean, but Bowen Yang got a whole goodbye speech on his last show.
Right?
and I get not for nothing. I like Bowen Yang, but he's not Chevy Chase. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I do agree. I think his got a legit complaint about that. That being said, if he was going to go backstage and, call everybody some nonsense, then I could see why they didn't want him out there. You know what I mean? If he was going to make fun of the other hosts or the other performers, then why would you want that guy back there, whether he's famous or not?
Wild times. Okay, the last thing before we get to our final questions.
Mm-hmm.
Drones, guys. Drones
Yeah.
are definitely part of our society, and drone cameras.
Yeah.
And you could go in places that, well, maybe we shouldn't see, quite frankly, with drones now. Have you ever seen, whether they are fake or not, some of these pictures? But I have something from an indigenous tribe that has been confirmed to be actual photos from this, from somebody who was in a no-fly zone, who wasn't supposed to be there, and they took it anyways. And honestly, I'm looking at this and I'm freaked out. 50 million views. And just to confirm, they just had the explanation with this. I believe they're a tribe in Peru.
Okay.
I could confirm that shortly, but yeah, this is them, an indigenous tribe in South America, and
they're red.
Yeah, straight up in the Amazon, and they're freaked out.
I mean, I'd be freaked out too.
Right? Isn't it
Oh,
crazy?
look at their houses.
This is the same world we live in.
Yeah. It's the world that we all came from too.
Right?
It's how we all started out, right?
I mean, yeah, exactly. This isn't new, but
well, you almost have to wonder.
It's a part of our world still.
I mean, not to go, you know me, I don't love the tinfoil hat stuff. But actually, that's a lie. I don't love conspiracy theories. I think they're silly for the most part. But I do love some of like the crazy, like woo what if stuff, right? Like
By the way, I have this. It is confirmed. Excuse me. The Macho Piero tribe in the Peruvian Amazon, shot in 2025.
Yeah, and it's like, can you imagine, like, you know, you see all these stories from like ancient times where we saw like things in the sky we couldn't explain, right? And can you imagine, like, what if that was just like us? Not us right now, but like it's just a cycle. There's always somebody who's more technologically advanced and somebody who's not, right? And when you're that person who's not, you are just, you know, living on your own, minding your own business in the woods somewhere. And you see like these crazy things you can't possibly explain. But anyway, that's for another time. That's for like a deeper, a relaxed episode. But it reminded me of that story that we covered on the show with the iPhones. I don't know if you remember that one, Matt. They gave internet and iPhones or whatever to a tribe in Africa, and allegedly within like a week they all got addicted to like online, you know, pornography and stuff.
Jeez.
But yeah, like, can you imagine your culture just being shocked to that degree? That would be like, it would be like if an alien showed up in the middle of DC, right? Like if Martians showed up in DC, that's the equivalent of what they just saw. And it was just some dude with a drone he probably bought off Amazon.
It definitely wasn't supposed to be over there.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like a big drone either, because it was done clandestinely, because it was a no-fly zone. So it's literally like a personal drone that this guy bought online and was flying around and just happened to capture an entire civilization thing. You know what I mean? A tribe.
I do. By the way, somebody asked, why are they wearing Spider-Man costumes? And Grok said that's not Spider-Man gear. It's traditional red body paint made from annatto seeds used by the Macho Piero for protection against insects and cultural practice. The patterns can look modern in photos, but they're authentic.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that wasn't Spider-Man. I will say, when I first saw the picture, I was like, it kind of looks like Spider-Man. But like, I would have never admitted that. So kudos to the guy who was willing to be dumb on the internet. Big props.
Dude, yeah, I'm glad I don't have that job or interest, like anthropology.
I find it so interesting, but
I find it interesting too. But yeah, there's a reason if I saw those people, I would be scarred for life.
I mean, I think
even those movies are the rare. There's not a lot of like indigenous tribe movies like that
anymore. Yeah,
but there have been. Used to be scary. And I'm specifically
No, I know
talking
what
about
you're
like
talking about.
Amazon jungle ones,
Right, or
not
like
more Native Americans.
like the tribes in like King Kong and stuff too.
Right. Or Apocalypto. You ever see the Apocalypto?
Yeah, yeah. My thing is like I feel like it would be so interesting, and it would never happen because you wouldn't probably be allowed. But like to see how they go about like a week would be so fascinating. And I don't mean from the
Yeah, I
sky. I
get.
mean like up close.
Oh
Like
yeah, like a
you
true
got to be there.
documentary.
Yeah. Be
That would,
so fascinating.
unfortunately, it seems to be literally impossible.
Well, yeah, I mean they
Unless
don't.
I mean they don't. You can't even speak the. How do you communicate with them?
Well, that's the thing. Like they live here in 2026 with us, and I bet you nobody can like. I'm sure if you were a native speaker in Peru, you can maybe like kind of sort of get by, right? If you spoke like one of the more like native languages to that area, it might be similar enough that you could understand what's going on. But yeah, the fact that there's a whole tribe of people who can't talk to anyone else on the planet. And that's how we all used to be growing. Like our civilizations all grew from that starting point. It's crazy to me.
Man, it's pretty deep when you think about it.
Yeah.
Jose, you've ever met any indigenous people before?
Nope, not really.
You weren't the one flying the drone?
I mean, it's not. No, trust me. It's not like it's. I'd never heard of this. It's like the Sentinel Island. Like it's famous for like it's like you can't even go over there because there's a tribe in the island. They'll kill you even if you try to get on a boat.
Yeah, I've
Or
heard
like,
of
did you hear?
I've heard that before. Yeah.
There's like people like Ryan trying to be peace offerings.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
that's why I said it
Jesus.
can never happen.
missionaries.
Again, it could
Yeah,
never
those-
happen.
yeah,
That's
there
why
you
I
go.
didn't say we should do it, but it would be so fascinating if you could. But the reason you can't is because, again, you can't
Or
even try and talk because you
wasn't
don't
like
speak the same language.
wasn't one of the famous one was Rockefeller's son tried to do that shit
I
and
bet you. I'm
and
sure
then
that
he
happened.
got fucking eaten. Well, they assume he got eaten up or some
Right,
shit.
yeah. I'm
Trying
sure
to,
that happened.
yeah. So
I'm sure some rich kid tried to be a missionary or spread capitalism or whatever and got eaten by a tribe or whatever. Or not eat. I don't know they all eat people. I think a lot of them don't eat people. I think
of
that's
course they
probably
eat
propaganda.
people. Well, the
No, they
Sentinel
eat.
Island
What
one.
else they gonna? They have other. They can't eat people all the time. There's not people wandering in the
So,
woods all the time. They got to eat something
well,
else.
what I'm saying, I mean, Sentinel Island, it's just a fucking small island. I mean, they probably roamed that fucking shit, and they probably took. I mean, there's only so much live fucking stock they have. They probably
Oh,
do
you go
eat people. They don't
fishing.
know better.
They probably eat a lot of fish.
Yeah, but there's some nature not fishing. I mean, you can't catch shit. Guess what happened, Ryan? You little plumpy. Maybe I can get a feast out of you.
Well,
Let me
yeah,
eat
if I
you.
show up, sure, but I did.
Mhm.
That doesn't come around every day.
Mhm.
That's
The
true.
world's not beaming with naive Rockefellers.
Well, you'd be surprised. People still try to go to this day.
Well, clearly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get into dating because there was two instances of there's been two viral tweets. The dating
Mhm.
pool for men in 2026 and the dating pool for women in 2026.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm reading this based on the tweets. These aren't my opinions. So the dating pool for young men in 2026. Sorry, keep doing that. The dating pool for young men in 2026. Mentally ill feminists, non-virgin women, unemployed gold diggers, women with a high body count and past, women who only see you as an ATM, 30-year-olds with crazy standards looking to settle down,
Mm-hmm.
and bigger entitled women. And for the dating pool for young women's side, they are men who are porn addicts, sensitive guys you have to perform constant emotional labor to, narcissistic men, narcissistic gym bros, sociopathic gym bros, emotionally distant manipulators, performative woke men who still treat women like shit. So I think that's fair. I think in the sense that 5 things on men, 5 things for women. And I guess if you really believe that, you'd give up. I don't believe it, but that really does seem to sum up all the people we've talked about in dating for the past couple of years.
I mean, I believe
yeah.
it.
My only qualm would be on the men's list, of women. They essentially had the same thing twice. because it was like non-virgin women and it was women with a high body count, and I mean that's obviously the same thing.
Right.
But also, yeah, I mean, this is definitely the comprehensive list of the woe is me crowd on social media complaining about dating. Both sides. Again, this is not a negative to any gender. It's just, yeah, whenever you hear those, and you all know the TikTokers I'm talking about. They make lots and lots of money telling you you'll never find love, or you'll never get laid, or you'll never do this, that, the other thing. And yeah, these are the things they talk about. For the women, they say that all the men are this, that, the other thing. For the men, they say all the women are this, that, the other thing. And I think that that's a very comprehensive list of the quote unquote realities of the dating pool. Again, air quotes for those of you listening on Spotify or Apple, or wherever else you get your podcasts.
Wow. Well, you gotta have faith, and
I agree.
So there was this viral. I don't know. I will play this clip of somebody talking about online dating for men is a waste of time, and they put this jester trying to entertain a queen. You see this? With seen ghosted messages. And then this is an interesting take. Somebody says, I'm a victim of dating apps. And there's like this funny irony that whining about the nature of them is also incredibly unattractive. And there's no way to talk about it without looking like a seething incel. So you kind of got to accept it. It's a thing you gamble with while on the toilet.
That's the thesis of everything I said last year. Dating apps are trash. They are not good for dating. They are only good for making people mad. And then he added a very important addendum to the thesis that I brought up last year, which is 100% right, that complaining about the apps that we all know are bad and we all know don't work only makes you look worse. No notes. 100% agree.
Yeah, right?
I'm glad someone else finally said it besides me.
I mean, it really is brilliant. And you just gotta go with the flow, and it's gonna be okay, right? At least I'd like to think.
You have to.
Okay,
you have to
Cunningham,
try.
sir. Oh no. That's my thing. That's how I see it. As I'm about to start a year dating.
Yeah,
I just love me, and that's the only thing I could do. And one day it'll just happen, right? That's the one thing I've gauged with speaking with straight couples, gay couples, transsexual couples, pan couples, every couple in the world, cats and animals. It seems to just happen, right?
You should
So
film
might as well take
yourself
that.
interviewing a cat for the show.
Never say never.
My name is Matt Brown. Here's a cat couple.
So that leads us to our question of the day. Options.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Has dating options ruined dating? So the idea is, well, I have all these people I could choose from to try to establish a special connection with. If it doesn't work out, I'll just go to another option. Or I'm in the talking stage with somebody. If I don't like one thing if there's one thing we disagree on, guess what? I don't need to learn more about them. I'm going to see another option.
Yes.
1000% right.
Yes.
And you guys are bugging.
You don't think options have ruined dating? I'd love to hear your perspective.
Options has always been in the game before online dating or anything like that. Options give you clarity on what you want. It's
explosion of options, though. It's one thing to have options, another to have too many.
Yeah, but you are, even with the explosion of options, you always have that one that's above the rest. Mm-hmm. You always have a backup plan. You always have whatever is left and whatever comes out of it. I think at the end of the day in your relationship, when you establish that connection with that, there's always one that leads the pack and where that goes. So you're always going to go after that one till that one falls apart. I mean, but then again, it also depends.
I don't think you meet that one right away, though. Like I think you need to get through some stuff to find out if the person is that person.
But you're right.
But you can bail too fast now because it's so easy to find. Like, yes, there's always been other people, but to be able to go so quickly to the next person, I feel like we bail now too fast, and you end up missing people who could be that person.
You're right, but then that shows how shallow your connection is if you're gonna bail that fast.
Well, of course it's shallow. You met them 2 hours ago.
Yeah, but I have.
Why would it be deep?
I have met. You're right, but I have met people that had 3 days to build a stronger connection, where the point where it's just me and her.
I mean, I guess obviously good for you if you connect that fast. That's awesome. But I'm just like, I think I ended up dating a friend, and I think we were not like locked into forever 3 days in. I think she was many months in.
Yeah, but she was always the leader of the pack.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't
so do that,
but I don't do the other way. Like that's
but
one of the few times where I'll say I think that my unique situation is different than everybody else's, in that I don't talk to other people when I'm in a relationship, and I don't really do a lot of dating outside of a relationship. I seek out like courtship, essentially.
But that's why I don't think options is the problem. I think it's the person that has the options, how they handle it is the problem. There's people that are like Ryan that has options and also sees that I have this one I'm really interested in, and I'm going to see where it goes, and I'm just going to let it flow. But I also want to leave my options open and have other conversation. Doesn't mean to go. I'll give you one right now. I have 4 bitches right now. I have my ex, I have 2 girls I met online, and I have another ex.
No, the 2 exes you should be able to cross out.
Love.
Well,
because they're exes.
One ex
didn't work once before.
One ex is recent. I don't know we're in a relationship. I don't know what
gotcha.
Is up in the
It's a complicated thing. It's less an ex, more of it's complicated. Correct. Okay.
And I'm not the chaser. I'm not chasing, so I let it progress the way it needs to progress. I'll give you right now, because I have history with her, because this is recent. So mostly I'm investing into this one because we've been together recently. She's my primary. I have 2 girls that I met online dating, conversating with. They're options, but they're not strong options. If I already know in the back of my mind, if my ex wants to, if we get there, it's her, and that's it. And if it doesn't, it's all right, because I got the other ones.
But is it now? So you see how that
is it fair to me?
Because now you're not all in, though.
But correct, but I was not. Do I expect the other girls to be all in? No, my other options is not. We're not strictly to. My other options has every right to go speak to other dudes at the same time. I'm just letting things progress. Like one of the girls, so my ex didn't want to speak to me that day. I went on one of the dates with one of the girls I met. Had a good time. Kind of vibed a little bit. Ain't rushing into it. I could have slept with her, chose not to, just because I knew I wasn't invested in it. I wanted to take it slow just in case to see where things go, especially if I'm going on a trip, whatever. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm going to be away. So let me clear my mind, and when I get back, I kind of can see who's here, who's not. Like, because a week away in online dating can flip in 2 seconds, right?
Yeah. I mean, good point. But I think the counterpoint, which we've already discussed, is that I think being fully in is better. Better for a relationship. That, I mean, and again, that's preference, obviously, but that's kind of where I'm at.
Right. No, I get it.
You know, that's one thing I'm honestly going to think. I'm actually going to try to. Not try. I will. I will, as. I shouldn't say too much, but.
Why not?
What do you know?
I
just simply don't want to jinx it, to tell you the truth.
That's fine.
I can't believe that bullshit. If it's gonna fucking happen, it's gonna happen no matter what. Fucking just speak it.
I mean, that's it. Just, I may or may not be talking to some girls. There's definitely some in my mind. Not some. There is one in my mind that I was like, wow, if they like me, well, we're gonna take the Jose advice. If they like me, and we'll take it from there.
But that's why you can't. But with options is like, you have 2 options you can do. You can force feed it and force every one of them, and then kind of go whatever best fits whatever you're looking for. or you just take it the way I take it and just go one day at a time and see where things progress from there. Like I said, me and my ex, I have a strong connection with her, but I don't know what tomorrow brings. I don't know if she meets someone tomorrow or whatever. And I have these other two girls
True.
that, as long as I'm not fucking them and like leading them on, because I'm not leading them on to anything, I'm leaving my option open. I have options. I'm all right. If one wants to bounce, I have three more. All right, cool. If all of them want to fucking bounce, that's fine too. I'm happy for them. I'm kind of just leaving it like whatever comes my way, I'm just flowing. And it just depends on the person. I don't think options not a bad thing, because if you have options, you don't have to overthink shit. You don't have to fucking be clingy. There's clingy motherfuckers out there are all clinging to this one girl, and things don't go on all the way. They start acting depressed and bullshitting. Options is definitely not a bad thing. I just think it's the person that handles it.
I get it.
You know, one of these days, whoever we're talking about is the clips will be used at the wedding. And it's the person who's texting me right now. You're in the lead. They don't know I have a podcast yet.
Ooh, wow. That'd be a shock.
Shit, my ex don't know I've been doing this podcast. Imagine what the fuck she be learning.
I will tell them eventually, but I don't tell people that till later on.
My wife, many years ago, was on the podcast.
That's right.
She wasn't even my wife at the time.
Boy, I would love to have her on the show where I'm on it. See how that conversation goes.
No, she's busy.
I was watching the Roommates podcast where they had, my boys, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart from the Knicks. They had their wives on. It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Knicks been playing terrible basketball for a week now. And
Good
against
job.
a team. No, it's not.
But they won the NBA Cup. I thought that was the championship.
It's a good
one.
Right? That's a good one. And you know it was also good? Marty Supreme. It's actually going to look like the very first A24 movie to ever cross $100 million on the domestic box office. That has never happened before. So guess what? That marketing campaign's working.
They wanted this. The people yearn for ping pong. That's what we've learned.
I mean, what Timothy has to do this the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He has to go really hard. He won the Critics' Choice Awards for Best Actor. So we'll see. I do think that they're going to give him the Oscar.
Can we just say this fucking movie he picked a perfect time to put it out when there was nothing in the box office.
Avatar.
Yeah, but that was already
Ryan.
shooting.
Sure. You see, nobody's fucking after Avatar.
Did you see Marty Supreme yet, Jose?
No, but you know what I saw, and it was amazing. And thank fucking the housemaid, because fucking.
Oh really? With Sydney Sweeney. Apparently all the girls in America want to see that.
Yeah, my wife desperately wants to see it.
That's what I'm hearing right now.
I'll tell you this: I read the book. It's definitely not the fucking book. I think it's worse than the book. But Sydney Sweeney's tits, fucking amazing.
You saw those, huh?
God damn, she showed way more than tits.
So would a marketing plea for horny dudes, they say, if you go to this movie, you will see Sydney Sweeney naked.
You be they left nothing to imagine. She you know how she likes it in bed. I'll tell you that. She fucks like a racehorse.
Oh, well, at least her character did, but sure.
Well, I mean, she better bring that shit out. We're gonna have role playing sex. I'm gonna be like, yo,
do the housemaid, please. Yeah,
do the house. But I mean, movie wise, it was good. Generally, I don't know Marty Supreme, but for Sydney Sweeney movie and kind of basic, it's kind of nice.
It's their first hit of the year. It took 5 movies, but it finally got a hit.
It's you if you fucking never read a book, it's kind of have mad plot twists. You'll like it.
So I'm guessing the vibe here, The Housemaid was a huge hit for female readers, and now the adaptation comes out. So obviously,
indeed,
but they decided to do it during Christmas.
Yeah,
which is a weird choice, but
that's how it works.
I feel like January, February, March, that'd be a good time to release that.
February would have been my call.
Yeah,
Jacob Elordi won the Best Supporting Actor for Frankenstein. Interesting.
He was so good in Frankenstein.
What if he gets the Best Supporting Actor?
He was phenomenal. I don't know if you've seen it, but
Not
I
yet.
did.
I haven't seen Frankenstein. I
it
plan to
was
see it, especially
it was
when it
a
gets the
great
best
adaptation.
picture. When they get the best picture noms, that's when I plan to
Yeah,
start.
I watched it and it was absolutely. People were complaining about it, and I think that they were so wrong. I thought it was a great adaptation of the classic novel. I
Maybe they're
think.
just jealous of Jacob Elordi.
I mean, we'll talk about it on the.
When it's
I'm
time to.
assuming I'll be
Yeah.
on that show, and so we'll talk about it then. But yeah, no, phenomenal movie. He did a great job. I mean, the whole cast is actually quite good. But anyway,
Oh man. All right, let's go with our nuclear opinions, gentlemen.
end this off. Yeah,
Who wants to have the first nuclear opinion of 2026?
I do. I'm
Great.
ready. So a fact first, a quick fact. This got 2 million views on X/Twitter. It's a real article from the Financial Times. The United States is increasingly issuing work visas to OnlyFans models based on level of audience reach. That is a confirmed fact by the Financial Times. So,
Nice.
nuclear opinion. Our immigration policy should not be based on how many horny Americans have found a person online. And I did a little research just so
Ain't that
for
the
people who are
truth?
interested. The extraordinary artist visa. We are letting OnlyFans models from other countries based on their follower count into our country on an extraordinary artist's visa.
Isn't that such a
Extraordinary
Trump thing?
artists. I mean, I don't want to be this guy. And I have no problem with OnlyFans models. I've defended OnlyFans and all, work in that field on this show from attack. But extraordinary artist visas, we absolutely have got Americans who can do OnlyFans. I believe that with my whole soul. I'm not a partaker in the OnlyFans, but there are American performers who can get the job done on OnlyFans. And more importantly, it's a phone. You could do it from anywhere. So they could just not come and still get all the money. Like, it's an insane idea that we're looking essentially for who do we find the hottest, and we're letting them immigrate into the country. I mean, it's like 7-year-olds, not 7. It's like 12-year-olds are running the country. It was insane that we are basing our immigration on who's hottest. That's a crazy
When they talk
crazy
about
turn for
like
2026.
There's literally people who are like, yeah, I don't want, who could get in the country? Big booty Latinas. With all
Right,
due
well,
respect, that's
yeah.
that's literally a thing.
But listen, everyone got mad when Vivek and Elon, I don't like either of those guys that much, by the way, were like, actually, we should allow engineers from like India to come in because they can do jobs that there's not as many Americans qualified to do. And we're like, are you calling us stupid? And now we're like, yes, Americans are ugly. Let in the beautiful people from elsewhere who are OnlyFans models. It is literally idiocracy. We are going to, in history class one day, we're going to learn about the Chinese Exclusion Act, where we wouldn't let people from China in, and we're going to learn about the influx in OnlyFans stars in the same sentence. And that's an insane like proposition that our immigration laws. Everyone says this guy's great on immigration. Immigration's great. He is quite literally saying, you're hot, you're not, you're hot, come on in. That's the extent of the immigration policy. It's insane.
Insane. I love that. A great start for 2026's nuclear opinions. My nuclear opinion. I think, looking back, and if only they can just not making damn seed oils, it would be such a great alternative. Chipotle chicken is really good. They make great chicken. Like very tender, good tasting chicken. I had some this afternoon and I'm like, this chicken tastes amazing. I got one of those. They have these new high protein bowls now for like $4. You could get just a snack of chicken, 32 grams of protein. I think only like 300 calories. That's like you get 2 of those. That's 64 calories right there. Sorry, 64 grams of protein.
Less than
that
$10.
will help you get your macros. And I'm like, this chicken's excellent. Compared to the steak that's only 21 grams, it doesn't taste as good. Because I've always thought that steak from Chipotle is trash, but the chicken's fantastic.
Yeah, interesting. I like the chicken at Chipotle.
Yeah, really good. Jose, want to take us home?
Yeah, my take against is Ryan is a dumbass and his take, and they should only let pretty women come to America. That's what makes America great again, is pretty people. I don't want fat girls from South America coming in here. I need OnlyFans that's willing to give it up. Thank you. That's my take.
All right. Well, I won't even argue it. I think I made my point pretty clear. So you can decide. Was that right or was the other one right?
Of course, my take is right, Ryan. I mean, they got special privileges for beautiful people.
Listen, if the internet comment section was real life, and then yeah, you probably would be right.
I know.
I'm sure that most of the people who hear this conversation are going to agree with you. That just makes you and them all equally wrong and frankly equally silly. You could be in the majority and stupid at the same time. We do it all the time. I do it all the time. So
Ryan and Jose, honestly, this was a really great show to start 2026. We'll be back together on Friday for another tweet cap to talk about what's trending in the week ahead. Just make sure you enjoy yourself, be safe, and also don't forget on Thursday we have a wild card preview, the NFL playoffs, the wild card round. We will preview those matchups. All the love, and let's have a good week.
See ya.
See ya.